right, man. We back with another one. We got another episode of Inspired by True Events Sports Podcast here. We got my boy Kenny, Phil, and Neil. How y'all doing today?
Sir.
Good.
It's
Chilling.
Hump day.
Woo woo.
Chilling.
Yes.
So we're gonna go right to it. We had the week 12 extended all the way into obviously today.
Like 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago it just ended. I thought the game was interesting, but like what y'all think of the Steelers and the Ravens?
Not much the Ravens could do. The whole team's COVIDed up. Steelers are still looking real good. Like RG3 had a little vintage RG3 in them.
That's a nice little 30-yard run.
Nice little burst out of them still, but I mean it's the Steelers, so they're not going to lose to that team.
And as dumb as this is going to sound, for as bad as the Steelers looked, I think that was impressive because, again, we see the Steelers play bad but still find a way to win.
Right.
Like everyone else, they play bad, they lose. The Steelers play bad and they are still winning football games. Like, you got to give them credit for that.
That's a sign of a playoff caliber team, a Super Bowl caliber team, when you can win even when you play your worst.
Yeah, I mean, everyone thought this was going to be a blowout with like half the Ravens team on COVID. So it's kind of good on both ends. The Ravens showed that they can almost perform, and then the Steelers showed the resiliency and like attempting to come back from a really bad performance, but not a game everyone expected, but a good game overall.
Yeah, definitely.
And the Steelers were without Connor, who had COVID, so it's not like they had no COVID injury. And Pouncey also, I didn't know that till the kickoff. Pouncey also had COVID. The leader of your offensive line had COVID, so It's not like they were 100% healthy either.
Right, but I mean, if you're writing the teams down on paper with what went in with,
100%. Right, 100%.
We saw some Trace McSorley, so
that's all that matters right there. Right?
He is hot garbage. He's hot garbage. He's been hot garbage since
it was all yak though. It was all Hollywood yak.
Right, like, and that ball. Listen, to be honest,
that ball was ugly.
That ball was trash. I'm getting back to the sideline. Like, hey yo, like I need that on the string, bro. Like, safety flying to me, like.
Give the man a break.
All right, but Phil, what happened with the pick'ems as far as the records and everything with us?
Okay, so for this week I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna start from last to first. In last place we got Neil.
Yo.
He is currently 4-6 at the moment. Then I'm third, 6-4. And second, very surprisingly, Kenny at 7-3.
Whoa.
And then
the restart of the picks gave the worst pick'em the first place.
Who joined the podcast? So
wow. Wow.
We had to hit the reset.
What have I done?
We should have just did percentages, to be honest.
Right. Yeah. And then at an 8-2 record, we have Lawrence at number.
Oh,
8-2, we're good.
8-2.
8-2.
Yeah. Only one game off. That's easy. That's light work.
Yeah,
I'll catch him after the first game this week.
8-2.
8-2.
I think he went. Yeah, I think he went 5-0.
What?
Yeah, 5-0.
This past
week? Or did I go 4-1 back to back?
5-0. Oh no, 4-1. You went 4-1.
4-1. Yeah, 4-1.
Yeah, the only one you got wrong was the
Rams game.
The what?
The Colts game was the only one you got wrong.
Oh.
Everyone else got it.
Yeah,
I got that shit wrong.
I did pick the Colts. Yeah.
Not I.
Me neither.
How you pick against my man like that?
All right, man. So we're gonna get into the pickles. We got a lot of good games. All are important for the playoffs. Every single last one we got this week. Shout out to Phil for doing his research to pick the quality games. We got New Orleans and Atlanta, Indy and Houston, LA Rams and the Arizona Cardinals, the Patriots and the Chargers, and Buffalo and San Fran. So let's start with Buffalo and San Fran.
Buffalo and San Fran.
Yeah, what you guys thinking for that game?
I'll go ahead and pick first. I just watched San Fran do some crazy stuff last week. It is what it is with that team. You know, I mean, they're good, but they can definitely be beat. Their offense is kind of reliant on screens and short passes to their running back wide receiver hybrids. For example, Deebo Samuel, and that man is a beast for sure. Robert Saleh is a great defensive coordinator and will soon be a head coach somewhere, probably in Detroit, to be honest. I'm hoping in Detroit so he gets out of the NFC West. I don't want to ever see him again. I don't even want to see him in the NFC. Take him out. Get somewhere else. Anywhere. I think Buffalo's got the offensive firepower for sure to expose the defense. The Rams, you can't really go off what they did to the Rams because the 49ers got their number, man. Like, they just have it. So I'm going to go ahead and go Buffalo. I'm going to go Buffalo 28, San Fran 14.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Buffalo as well. They're just trying to build that separation from the first place in AFC East and from second place. They're going to do whatever it takes. And you can see San Fran, they're all beat up, all injuries, and they just got, I mean, like I said, like Neil said, they just had the Rams number last week. So I see Buffalo beating a depleted 49ers team by 2 touchdowns as well. So not a pretty game for the 49ers.
Good pick, Phil.
I try. It doesn't always show, but I try.
I'm going to go with Buffalo as well. I think it'll be a closer game. I got Buffalo by a touchdown. I think that San Fran will keep it close. I just don't think at the end they're going to have what it takes to pull it off. Last week it was a division game, so it's really hard to judge teams based off of division games because everyone plays better in division games. I just don't think they have enough to match up with Buffalo.
I actually already have this game written down for a bet this weekend. I'm taking I think Buffalo wins, but I think they win by 4. Probably no more. I think either a field goal or 4. So I'm taking the 49ers for my ticket at 4.5. I'm going to give them 4.5 points. See what happens. That'll be interesting, but I think Buffalo is their eyes on the prize right now. They're trying to get that separation from Miami. Did they beat Miami?
Check. I think they did.
I mean, because I'm curious to see if because
yes, if they played, they beat them.
Okay,
and I think they play again.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a huge game because if they go down and lose, Miami wins again, and then maybe I don't know what their schedule is next week. They might have to play them. Then that game is really huge at that point. So I think Buffalo comes out.
Maybe Buffalo week 2, and they play Buffalo again the last week of the season.
Okay, so yeah, it's an important game. But like I said, I think it's going to be under a possession. And that's what I really see for Buffalo winning this one. Going from there, let's get right into it, man. NFC West, the hottest division of football, super competitive. Oh wait, you guys got 3 in the playoffs right now, right?
3. Yes, yep.
Because Cardinals are 7.
Cardinals are 7th, right?
So we got the LA Rams and Arizona Cardinals. What we talking about for this game, man? Like,
listen, I'll start you out straight up with a stat. Sean McVay has never lost against the Cardinals. All right,
he's never lost to them.
Never lost to the Cardinals.
There's a first time for everything.
Sean McVay has never lost to the Cardinals. The Cardinals look like dog doo-doo last week against the Patriots, who lost to who'd they lose to, Kenny? Who'd the Patriots lose to?
They lost to what were they at the time? 2-7 Houston Texans.
The Texans is hot now.
That's what beat the Ravens. What do you mean? A fully healthy Ravens, almost.
I think the Cardinals offense kind of peaked a little bit a couple weeks ago. I think that they snuck out with a fluke Hail Mary against Buffalo. Their offense is just not clicking the way it was. And right now, to beat a Rams defense that's number 2 in the league, you got to click on all cylinders.
Ain't number 1?
No, not anymore.
Who's number 1?
I don't know. We can talk about that later.
Oh, okay.
I don't think the Rams. I think the Rams know how to game plan against the Cardinals. Like I said, Sean McVay has never lost against them. Doesn't matter who the head coach is. He's beaten all the quarterbacks. So I'm gonna go Rams here. It might be a close game. It's a divisional game, like Kenny said. So I'm gonna go Rams 31, Cardinals 20.
Okay. It'll be close. We'll only beat them by 11.
Yeah, I'm going to go the opposite of that pick just because the Rams haven't had the best luck with divisional opponents this year. So, and this
Yep.
might be the game to help the Cardinals.
Best luck with divisional opponents. We
Yes.
played 3 divisional games. We lost to the 49ers twice. We smoked the Seahawks.
You've lost
So you're 1-2. So he's right.
Hey, that's a stat for you. I'm just saying.
Just the 49ers. We can't, Lawrence. We can't beat them.
You said it like yourself. No one knows.
You ain't got it. Listen,
better than division rivals. So
right.
I think this is the game that the Cardinals get back on their offensive streak. I mean, you can't hold them down for too long. They've had 2 bad games already, and this is the perfect game to help them get back on with a great defense, just to show them like, hey, we're still here. We're still one of the best, one of the like top 10, top 12 offenses in the league.
Jalen Ramsey's hurt, by the way. Just so everybody knows out there, Jalen Ramsey hurt.
And I have it being a close to a shootout. I have the Cardinals winning by 4.
Yeah.
Take the knife out.
Phil, I like the way you think because I also have the Cardinals by 4.
Oh.
I think it'll be a close one, but Neil, all good things must come to an end, and the undefeated streak against the Cardinals got to come to an end. But I do agree with you though. Other than that one Hail Mary play, like they're one play away from being 5-6. So the Cardinals, when you like break it down, are they really that impressive? I don't know, but division game, I like their chances.
Oh, this is another one that's in my book. I'm giving the Cardinals points. They gonna win this game.
Then take a money line. What are you doing points for?
I don't know.
If they're gonna win, then take the money line. Put your money where your mouth is.
I don't know. That's a safe bet. That's a safe bet for me.
He don't believe.
You're only getting 3 points. You're not beating the Rams.
You're not beating the Rams.
You're not beating the Rams.
I agree that the Cardinals will win this game. Also, I think they find a way, and I think D Hop, Kirk, they all have a good game. That's what I feel like. Like, listen, the whole defensive thing, this bound to happen, man. It's bound to happen where you're gonna have a game where you let up big plays, splash plays, and it's gonna cost you. And this is the week.
You just told us Jalen was hurt. You just said it.
This is the week.
I don't need him. We don't need him.
I don't need him.
You
he said it. All right, everyone, wait. Let's clip it. At what point did he say it? Because I want to clip this. I want this on repeat. Next week when they lose, I don't want to hear him say Jalen was hurt because he said I don't need him.
You can clip it all you want. If we lose next week and Jalen's not in there, I'm saying it's because we didn't have Jalen.
I know. We know you. I know. If you're all listen.
There's a backup ready for that.
Emotion and excuses. That's all you use for your fandom.
Stats, baby. It's all about the stats.
My fault. Stats. So you're like, what, bro? All right, man. We're gonna move on from that. The Cardinals winning the game. Like
LA is gonna bounce back strong against.
It's gonna be like
bounce back strong against the Cardinals, and
they're gonna be like, put that on the page. Put that on the page. You're all 3 of y'all picked against me. Watch. But it ain't gonna happen though, because we're gonna be like, see, we told you.
Last time you said wide receivers were gonna go off against the Rams, what happened? Talk to me. What did DK Metcalf have?
We openly admitted it.
I said one receiver. He's been playing quality all season. That's not like
I'm just saying based off your last picks, based off your last outcomes that you said people would go off against the Rams.
Actually, the last time we picked the Rams, it was against the Bucks, and me and Lawrence both picked the Rams. So
yeah,
get off your soapbox.
Save it.
All right, whatever. I was talking about
we're living in the now.
Wide receivers that you said were going to go off against the Rams.
No, you're right. Listen, but get off the soapbox.
All right, going from there, man.
I'll get off it.
We got New England and we got LA Chargers, man. What are y'all feeling? What are you feeling for this game?
I think we should let Phil start off here.
Yes, sir.
Finally. Okay, so for this week, I mean, we shouldn't really trust the Chargers this year. Like, just like the Lions and the Falcons, they're known to blown leads this year. And I see another situation.
Oh, wait! Before you go any further, that was very unnecessary because the Lions and the Chargers are blowing leads every single week. Like, we ain't blown a lead in a long time, so you can take us out of that category. Okay, continue.
He snuck that in.
Continue.
I'm gonna keep this up for the shade that he throwing.
early in the season, like the Falcons early in the season. They've been doing a lot better since then. So I see this as another blown opportunity. We're going to see Cam struggle maybe in the first half, and so the offense is a little slow. Then they're going to start picking up, and then it's probably going to be a late touchdown or field goal to win the game. Probably.
How long can you go through that as a fan? 2-3 interceptions in the first 3 quarters, and then ugly win.
He threw for 84 yards.
I can't keep doing that every week.
He threw for 84 yards as a starting quarterback.
I'll go next. I'll go next.
Let me finish my thing first. So I have them another close game, probably like a late field goal touchdown to win the game. Probably New England 21, LA 16 or 15.
Let me ask you something. Where are you guys playing? That is very important for this matchup.
It is.
It's at LA, I think. Yeah, it's at LA.
I mean, the Chargers really don't have that many fans, and
there's
no worried about that, buddy.
We're worried about that 70 degrees.
As long as it's warm outside, Justin Herbert is gonna torch you.
I mean,
you ain't gonna outscore. You ain't outscoring. You
Mm-hmm.
just said they're only gonna score 16 points. Is what you just said. You said 21 to 16 is what you just said.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert is putting up 28 points minimum against you guys, and with Cam Newton at quarterback, you'll be lucky if you break 17. Because he's not. That offense is pathetic. It's terrible. Jacoby Myers is a better quarterback for your offense.
Wait, we gotta let Phil finish though. Hold on.
Oh, I thought he finished. Okay.
Yeah. So, it's gonna be a really close game. It's gonna be 21-16. It's gonna be a bunch of defense and come back late for the Patriots. So I have them.
Nick Folk.
Plus, exactly. Nick Folk could come coach again. He's been very underrated this season. Not a lot of people's been giving him credit this year. So I'm going to leave off of that. I'm just saying.
Because kickers on losing teams don't matter. Kickers on winning teams don't matter.
Yo, what kickers matter?
On a losing team, what's it matter? Young Goku leads the league in points. Who cares?
Well, Robbie Gould just kicked the game winner for the 49ers against the Rams. That mattered.
Okay, are their Niners doing anything impressive? Are we talking?
They're in the 8th spot for the playoffs.
Okay, well, that's not the case with the Patriots right now.
Okay.
Right, Kenny. Let's hear your side.
Justin Herbert is going to go nutty. Like I said, they're going to score a minimum of 28 points. You'll be lucky to break 17. So that means they're going to at least beat you by 11 points. Cam Newton can't play quarterback right now. It's just awful. Jacoby Myers, I think he has as many passing touchdowns as him in the past couple of weeks, and Jacoby Myers is your number 1 receiver. Jacoby Myers is your number 1 receiver.
That's worse.
Yikes! And you think that they're gonna win 21-17? 16 in LA? In LA? Are you nuts?
Let me pick. Let me pick, Kenny.
I'm picking the Chargers to win this game by multiple scores.
Give me a score, Kenny.
I'm going Chargers 35. Patriots 17.
Wow.
Woo.
That's a 30 burger for the Billy B defense. I don't know about 35 points, but I'm definitely backing the Chargers here. I cannot pick the Patriots with Cam Newton throwing for 84 yards and 2 picks last week. 84 yards against who? No, can't do it. Can't do it. Won't do it. And they got to travel to LA. That's a long flight from Massachusetts to LA. Long flight, baby. The over-under is 47.5 for this game. I'm going under all the way. If you're betting this, I'm betting under.
100%.
Oh, so you got Justin Herbert putting up a lot of points and the Patriots not scoring.
Yes, exactly. Actually, Los Angeles is favored by 1 point, so it's not outrageous to pick the Chargers here. I'm gonna go LA 28, New England 10.
All right, so I'm going last here. So since Justin Herbert has been quarterback, they scored 20, 16, 31, 27, 29, 30, 26, 21, 34, and then 17.
23 touchdowns and 7 interceptions.
If you think they're gonna score 17 points.
16.
16 points, you're crazy. You're not. There's no way they're scoring 17 points. With that being said, 27-13, I think that's what it's going to be. I think the Chargers, they go out there. They find a way probably in the second quarter to separate a little bit by 2 possessions, and then they find another way to separate late in the game. And hopefully, if it comes down to the last second and it's close, then things get interesting because Coach Lynn doesn't know how to close a fucking game to save his life.
Bad coach, by the way.
Yeah. So
bad
coach.
Great man, bad coach.
Bad coach.
He doesn't know what.
Not a head coach in this league.
But yeah, I'm going with them on that. I'm going with the Chargers on that one. But going from there, we got New Orleans and Atlanta. We're back again.
Neil's out the way.
Back again. We're gonna have Neil go first.
Want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
I'll go after Neil. Then you guys can have your thing.
This is gonna be very simple. A very simple pick for me here. Fuck you, Lawrence. Falcons. Falcons by 3. Young Wei Koo kicks the game winner. Fuck you, Lawrence.
Young Wei.
That's my pick. That's my pick.
After that pick, I'm gonna go with New Orleans because I got my boys back. So I'm going to New Orleans just because of that. No stats, no anything. I got your back,
bro. Appreciate you.
No stats or anything.
All right, man. Listen, man. It's just plain. It's as simple as this, man. Like, I don't see the Falcons beating the Saints. The Saints find a way through turnovers to get to. I'm not saying I don't know what's gonna happen on offense because offense right now is like.
Who started?
I watch it. It's gonna be Taysom, I guess. So like,
we just making
whoever.
sure.
What it doesn't matter who starts.
We'll never know. We'll never know who starts.
It doesn't matter. They probably
For the
both
Sean
take it.
Payton team. Who knows?
Yeah, right. He might be like, oh, this is the week where Jameis is gonna be playing. Like, but I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a score of. I think it's gonna be 28. I'll say 28-24. 28-24. I think
we already had our blowout matchup. You're right.
Yeah, it closes the gap a little bit more, and then I think that's what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna just keep it short and simple. I don't see the Falcons beating us.
Kenny, before you get going, Kenny, let's talk about that Falcons defense, baby.
Oh, we're getting into them later. Yeah, we're getting into them later.
Taysom should be worried about that.
Listen, all I'm saying is since Raheem Morris has taken over, it's a whole new defense. Like I think I saw something the other day. They're ranked 6th in the NFL since Raheem Morris taken over. So, like, yes, you guys went nutty against us the first time, but you got to remember that was with the defense all week game planning for Jameis Winston. They found out Friday afternoon after practice Taysom Hill is playing. Anyone who thinks that doesn't make a difference doesn't understand how football works. The offense is completely different. So now even if you throw that wrench at us on Friday this week and you say, okay, well, we're going with Jameis. Well, we've already game planned for Jameis before too. So there's no excuse this time. The Falcons will win this game. It'll be a close game. We'll win by a field goal. I think that we have to win this game. And last week was really a turning around game for the Falcons. Our defense finally showed up. Julio Jones didn't play. Calvin Ridley was banged up, and the team put up 43 points while the offense looked like utter garbage if you watch the actual game. So I'm not – yes, the offense played like poop, and we put up 43 points. So if I'm the Saints right now, I'm not looking forward to having to play this team.
And Todd Gurley was out.
Yes. Everybody who was important was not there.
Right. Is Calvin Ridley back? Is he hurt?
No.
Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones, and Todd Gurley were all limited in practice today. But I think Ridley's the only one who is definitely going to go because he still played last week.
The big question is Deion Jones hurt?
No, Deion Jones is fine.
He's good to go? That's
he wasn't even listed on any injury report.
That's one score for the Falcons then if he's not hurt. That's one score.
It's already 7-0.
It's already 7-0 if he's on the field.
Who?
Deion Jones.
If Deion Jones is on the field, the game starts. Just spot the Falcons 7 points because he's getting
automatic pick six.
It's automatic pick 6, especially if Jameis is the quarterback.
Fun fact: Deion Jones has 5 interception returns for a touchdown. That's the second most by a linebacker in NFL history.
My boy fast.
Stats, baby.
He's fast. He's very good. I wish he was in the Saints uniform. I wish.
Yeah, he was the hometown kid. You guys dropped the ball there.
All right, so going from there, my personal favorite game this week, just by seeing Deshaun Watson and him still persevering through this whole situation of having no future picks, just losing his top receiver to PED violations. Now he's left with Cootie and Cooks and 2 tight ends that can't catch. I feel real bad for him. But we got Indy and Houston. How y'all feeling about that game?
You guys already know who I'm going with.
Old man Rivers.
Can't pick against them. I'm going to Indianapolis by 3. I'm going to Indianapolis by 3.
By 3?
Yeah, Houston can't overcome that suspension. That game that Will Fuller put on Thanksgiving, man, he made himself a household name from that day alone, if he wasn't already, if you know what I mean. And then he just comes out of nowhere with this bullshit. That's a good way to kill momentum. You could see the Texans are just starting to get things going too. They can't overcome that, and they don't have Bradley Roby either. Both of them suspended. So, no, I'm sorry. Old Man Rivers by 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Indy as well, because after losing Hopkins to Bill O'Brien being stupid, and now Fuller, there's just so much you can do as an offense. So, this is probably gonna be an ugly game. I'll probably say the Colts by 10.
I've gone back and forth with this one over and over because I probably would have picked Houston if Will Fuller was still there. Still kind of want to pick Houston because Neil picked Indy, and Neil could never pick the Indy games right. Every time, go back and look. If Indy's playing, he picks Tennessee, Indy's going to win. Yep. If he picks Green Bay, Indy's going to win. Yep. If he picks Indy, Tennessee's going to win. So, yep. I mean, really, you know what? Just for the sake of that, I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going with Houston. Deshaun Watson, he don't got much to work with, but he's got enough.
So let me get this straight. You're not picking the team. You're picking the opposite of me because my picks are historically wrong.
Yes, and because it's close enough where it was a toss-up, so I didn't know what the deciding factor was. So Neil is my deciding factor.
I respect it.
David Johnson just got activated off the IR today, so I don't know if he's going to actually play, but that could be a little, pick me up. David Johnson, Duke Johnson going. So I'm going to go with Houston.
Has T.Y. Hilton scored a touchdown yet this year?
Last year. I mean, last week. Sorry, last week
he did. Okay, yeah, I was going to say if not, he's about to get 2 or 3 this next game.
Now watch out for Michael Pittman though; he might score 4.
I'm really torn between this. Everything says pick Indy, because they got the defense, the offense. Deshaun Watson has nothing. But you know what? I'm going with Deshaun Watson, man. I want to see some amazing shit, and he's a player that can make it happen. I hope he can find a way. I think this game comes down to potentially a field goal. So I'm gonna go with Houston on this one.
Also,
I want something miraculous to happen.
Side note, it isn't relevant to the competition, but John Wall just got traded for Russell Westbrook. Just a side note.
Really?
Whoa!
Breaking!
Right. Schefter just announced it. They basically just traded for each other.
Wow.
Then goes to Russell Westbrook goes to Washington for John Wall and a first. So
that's a good ass trade for Washington. They get a first round.
Houston got the first. Houston got John Wall and a first.
Because John Wall's been hurt.
That's a great trade for Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Just a little side note.
Man,
that's
just popped on my phone and just
That's nuts. So let's
Phil Bomb.
Phil Bomb.
So just real quick before we bounce off that game, just so everybody knows if anybody's thinking about picking Houston or Indianapolis, in the last 14 games, Houston has only won 5 against Indianapolis, and that's with DeAndre Hopkins or whoever else they had on their team. Now they have nothing. Just so everybody.
Right, but how many of those 14 games did the Colts have Andrew Luck and the Texans had TJ Yates?
Well, it was the last 14 meetings.
That's what I'm saying. So it's the last 7 years.
So,
DeAndre Hopkins Deshaun Watson. Remember, if this is his 3rd, 4th year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so the first half of those matchups, he wasn't even on the team, and Andrew Luck was.
Kenny Baum.
Yeah, so that's what history. That's what we say. History be lying sometimes. All right, so going from there, man, we got a really hot topic. Once again, some people get so sensitive that we talk about him on Facebook They cry every 2 seconds because they don't like the truth. It's just simple stated facts about Tom Brady and his inability to be able to put 4 quarters together thus far this season against a team that is playoff worthy. We have not seen it yet. Am I wrong?
No, he has 2 wins against.
Is that a bad statement?
No, he has 2 wins against winning teams.
Here and there, but not.
He has not put 4 quarters of football together yet. That is a valid statement.
Oh no, he has, but not against winning teams because he put 4 quarters together against the Raiders. I mean, the Raiders technically are a winning team, but we just saw them get rolled over by the Falcons, and he had put 4 quarters together against the Panthers. Those are his 2 best games.
Yeah. He's been wildly inconsistent this year.
So what's been going on is just the media has been pretty much backing him. What's fanboy number 1? He was also a fanboy of this bum right here too. Dan Orlowski.
Oh yeah.
He's a fan.
He's garbage. I don't even watch him.
Yeah, he protects him to his death. He would probably pick Tom Brady over his own kids if he could. Because I just hear him all the time. Like about Carson Wentz too. Carson Wentz could throw 6 picks and he would defend him to the death on the show of people just saying, "Oh, he played bad." No, he didn't play bad. Those 6 picks were just anything. But like, what do y'all think about Bruce Arians and Tom Brady and the playbook and people saying it's not what Tom needs or anything like that?
Go ahead,
I think Bruce Arians just absolutely shit on that whole argument when he came out yesterday and said that Tom Brady is calling the plays.
He's like, I'm not getting blamed for this.
Right. And people, that's not a good leader. That's not a good leader. Guess what? If I'm a grown man like Bruce Arians, and obviously he didn't listen to Tony Romo, but I'm sure he heard after. If he had to hear everything Tony Romo said after every single play that was made on Sunday on that broadcast. If it was a good play, it was, that's a Tom Brady play for when he was with the Patriots. And then if it was a bad play, this is where Bruce Arians used to adjust his playbook. So every time something is good, it's because Tom did it. And every time something is bad, it's because Bruce did it. So guess what Bruce said? Oh, yeah. The system that I need to change, well, tell that to Tom because Tom's been picking all the plays. So we just need to adjust to what Tom Brady wants. Well, okay, so everyone who's been on Facebook and been a Tom Brady warrior and been telling me that I'm wrong and that this isn't Tom Brady's system and Bruce Arians needs to realize that. Well, I've been telling you it's not a Tom Brady system and I understand that. But now that I know that Tom Brady is picking the plays, he has nobody to blame but himself. He knew where he was going. He knew what the system was. If he couldn't play in the system, he could have gone and played for John Gruden. He could have gone and played for Frank Reich. He could have stayed and played for Bill Belichick. He could have gone and played for Kyle Shanahan. He could have gone anywhere he wanted, but he chose to go and play for Bruce Arians. And Bruce Arians has given him complete control of the offense now. He got him Antonio Brown. He got him Gronkowski, and he's letting him call the plays. And he still is not putting up numbers. So what other excuse do you need?
When it comes down to it, I don't think it's time to bash or get on Tom Brady just yet. I said this in the group chat. I just think it's hard for a 45-year-old quarterback who's played in the same system his whole entire career to just move to a whole different system. It's completely different.
That's a bad statement, man. Like, right. He's been doing it at a high level for so long. Why does he get a pass?
I'm telling you why he gets a pass. I'm telling you why he's getting a pass. And Kenny may not give him a pass. I'm on the verge of stop giving him the pass, but I don't know. It's just, you could see when he plays, like, it's just, he just does not look comfortable in the offense that he's in. So yes, maybe he's calling plays, but maybe he's calling plays based off what he wants the coaching staff to agree with him on. He doesn't want to butt heads yet because he doesn't feel comfortable yet. I don't know, but where's his play action? Where's his screen games? Where's his short slants? That's Tom Brady's game.
But I think we know that's Tom Brady's game, but I don't think Tom Brady wants to admit that's Tom Brady's game because he's calling these plays. We have nobody else to blame. I see what you're saying, but when he's calling the plays, apparently he thinks this is his game. If he has no one to blame if he's not playing to his strengths. Tom Brady is calling plays for Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean, just the strengths of Tom Brady are play action, and it comes in the stats. Under play action, Tom Brady went 4 for 5 with 83 yards and a touchdown. How do you run play action and you don't run the ball? Well, they need to start doing something.
I'm telling anybody that's blitzing, I'm telling him to run through his body.
It's hard to run the ball when you're down, though. That's the thing too. You gotta game, the game flow. If you're down, you're not really gonna run the ball. But
do you know why you're down?
Obviously,
your quarterback turns the ball over.
That's true. He's turned the ball over. He's turned the ball over more than any times he has in his career. But under Bruce Arians, quarterbacks under Bruce Arians throw their career high interceptions. That's just what happens. You look back at any quarterback that's been under Bruce Arians, their career high of interceptions is that year. So that's what Bruce Arians brings to the table. He's going to take risks. He's going to take the risk versus rewards, risk it for the biscuit type of stuff. That's not how Tom Brady's ever played in his career. He's always been the short, smart, check down, take a deep shot when it's provided to me quarterback. But if you check the offense, that's not how it works.
Is it possible now that we can say that wasn't? Yeah, could we say maybe that wasn't Tom Brady? It was Bill Belichick.
100%.
Because now if we're saying Tom Brady has free reign over this offense, and this is what's thrown out there, that shows you that Bill Belichick was telling Tom, no, this is the kind of quarterback you are, and we're going to play this way. And Bruce Arians is letting Tom Brady tell you, no, I'm this kind of quarterback, and look what's happening.
I mean, another thing is you look at when Tom Brady played for the Patriots, he had so much pre-snap motion, whether it was just a wide receiver taking 3 steps and coming back, or running backs moving out to the slot, so on. And Arians came out after the game and he was asked about it, like, where's the pre-snap motion? He straight up said, I'm not a fan of it. So you got to also look. I mean, is Bruce Arians the right quarterback or the right coach for Tom Brady at this stage in his career?
Which, again, you're right. But I will tell you, there are 32 teams in the NFL. Tom Brady was a free agent and had a choice to play for 32 teams, and he picked to go to the Buccaneers.
Time out. All right. So you said pre-snap motion, right? So what I'm hearing constantly, what you were saying is that he was a system quarterback, and where he belongs is in fucking New England. He doesn't belong anywhere else.
100%.
So,
Kenny, we talked about this in the group chat. We said it. Yep. Tom Brady is a system quarterback.
And you know what's crazy? 90% of quarterbacks are system quarterbacks.
There's nothing wrong with it.
People don't understand that. Like, the greatest quarterback of all time is a system quarterback because everybody's a system quarterback. You build your team around your quarterback. That's how the game works.
I'll take a 6-ring system quarterback over Deshaun Watson, for example, who can play in any offense, or Patrick Mahomes, who can play in any offense. Not Patrick Mahomes. Let me
right, because Patrick Mahomes is different because you can put
different.
Time out. Wait. Time out. So you're saying you wouldn't take a more diverse guy?
He's saying, well, it's hard. I think what Neil's trying to say, I'll let him go after, but this is what I'm getting out of it. This is what I'm saying is because of Tom Brady's career, he has 6 rings. I'm not taking anything away from the man. He's still great. So I'm not going to say, oh, Deshaun Watson historically is going to be a better quarterback than Tom Brady because he's a more diverse guy. Right. Well, no, because Tom Brady is a system quarterback, but he's still won you 6 rings in that system. Right. Like, for example, Alex Smith is a system quarterback, but he ain't going to win you 6 rings.
Right, exactly.
There's different kinds of system quarterbacks.
There's always a constant knock on a system quarterback. What's the problem with it? If you're in a system that works for you, who cares? If you can continue to rack up wins and you're not making yourself look like a elementary school quarterback in the backyard, who cares? Stay in your system. So, Tom Brady, I think what happened here is Tom Brady trying to prove to the world that he wasn't a system quarterback, and he did the exact opposite.
And turned out he was a fucking lie.
He is a system quarterback.
So my thing is right. So we say system quarterback. Like, you need the personnel. What else does he need? Now, say for argument that Bruce Arians goes and adopts the entire New England offense and he's still playing the same exact way.
Time to retire.
Do we still give him a fucking cop out?
Nope.
Because our people will continue to do it.
Nope.
And what is the New England offense?
You saw it. You saw it when you could.
Okay, obviously the dink and dunk. That's it. So
hella screens.
He's trying to do that, but you went and fucking signed Leonard Fournette. He's one dimensional. He's a one cut back downhill. Now he can't move. He has no hips.
But you have you game plan for that kind of with Ronald Jones. they don't use Leonard Fournette. They kind of forget that they have him. They need to use which if Tom Brady's calling the plays.
Rojo is a better back.
I understand that, but you need to use the downhill back to set up plays for Rojo or your screen plays.
Perfect example. Look at his history in New England. He's always had 2 backs. He has this guy that
three
he
backs
can throw
sometimes.
The ball. Right. No, exactly. He has
Yeah.
the guy that he can throw the ball to, James White.
James White.
And then he has the running back that
Sony Michel.
we're gonna pound the ball down your throat now.
Exactly.
So then they have LaShawn McCoy, who's like the Rex Burkhead type back who's gonna be able to do
as long as he's dropping back 42 times a game, I'm gonna be happy. Stay in the NFC South.
They're not winning games doing that.
If you don't run the ball, I'm happy. No. Like, yep, here we go. He's dropping back again.
They got bailed out with a cake schedule this year too. They're 7-5, but if they played a tougher schedule, they'd be under 500.
Bro, imagine if they had Houston's schedule.
Yeah, Houston opened up against the 3 best teams in football this year.
So what's the problem with the Buccaneers in the beginning of games? They're outscored 52-7
because they don't run the football. They want to come out and play flag football 7-on-7.
Yeah,
and that shit does not work.
Run
the ball early and often.
They need to be running the ball more and let Brady be a game manager instead of him trying to throw for 40 times a game and trying to get over 400 yards. He's not that quarterback at the moment.
Exactly. And to me, it speaks to their defense. Todd Bowles is not doing something during the week to get them ready, but then he's a great at in-game adjustments. And we saw last week, first quarter, they got torched, and then he shut them down for the rest of the game. But so something during the week is not clicking because every week we see the beginning of the game is terrible for them.
Well,
they have a decent defense too in Tampa Bay also. It's not the defense's fault at all.
Just going off that game last week alone, I mean, you could kind of see they got torched by Tyreek Hill last week and Patrick Mahomes. That's who they got torched by.
They were man-to-man single high.
Right.
Trash.
So you go in halftime and you basically just come out and say, make somebody else beat us. And they did, and they couldn't. I mean, obviously Kansas City got the win, but it was a lot harder for them to win that game when they shut down Tyreek Hill. Yeah. So that's kind of a knock on Kansas City more than it is a congratulations to Tampa Bay's defense,
because they came out. The offense had four 3-and-outs to start the game.
Yeah, they're awful in the beginning of games.
Like,
and again, I'm gonna say
I don't get it.
Tommy Terrific kind of blew it for the defense there because the defense now held it together for you to make a comeback.
Right,
you threw 2 interceptions. Right. You threw 2 of them.
And listen, in 2 possessions. Listen, we had 4 3-and-outs. Then the whole Tyreek Hill thing blows up. They come back, they get a field goal, interception from Tom Brady. They get the ball back again. I think it was a turnover or something, maybe. Another interception. Oh, it's not Tom Brady's fault.
Yes. If I see one more person say that deflected interception wasn't Tom Brady's fault, watch the game. He threw the ball off the offensive lineman's head. Who else's fault is that? It wasn't like it was tipped. It was a bad throw that he threw it off the offensive lineman's head, and it went into the defender's hand. If he didn't throw it off the lineman's head,
you have 6. Listen, you have 6 drives. 4 of them are 3-and-outs, and then 2 of them are a turnover.
You can't finish drives.
How are you not giving blame to the quarterback when the quarterback gets all the glory when they win?
Especially Brady.
Especially Brady.
Yeah, I mean, me and Lawrence talked about this a couple days ago. Not all the blame goes on Brady, but let's say 60-70% goes on Brady. Because there could be other stuff like,
there's other plays. There's a bunch of plays in the football game, like I always been saying.
Offensive line hasn't been the greatest, but as Brady's been known as one of the GOATs, with all his praise, criticism has to come as well. Exactly. It has to be a balance.
That's my biggest thing. Because I'm like, regardless of who you are, I hate the Falcons, hate the Rams. I give Kelvin, I give Julio, I give Jalen their props. Even though I don't like the teams, you got to give credit when it is due.
You have to be
if Tom Brady goes and has 500 yards, 5 TDs, no interceptions, he played fucking amazing.
Right.
When he had 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions,
somebody's got to call him on it.
Bro. Some of the things that the media says is
all got to be consistent.
Perfect example is like LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of our generation. You can argue greatest of all time. We won't get into that right now. But every time something happens, everyone is quick to see this is what LeBron. Oh, he can't make free throws. Oh, he can't do that. He can't do that.
He can't play in air conditioned areas.
Right, but when Tom Brady makes a mistake, it's it's not really Tom's fault. It's this one's fault. It's that one's fault. Well, he doesn't really have help. So we can't do that. If you're going to be great, you got to be great. You got to overcome adversity.
Look at just in direct comparison to that. Look at how Carson Wentz gets treated. Nobody ever says anything about his weapons. How the guy's playing with trash cans out there.
What's the difference between his offense and Tom Brady's offense last year?
I'm glad we brought that up here. I got Carson Wentz. I like Carson Wentz.
Nice segue.
I don't think the end of the road should be. If they get rid of him, they are so stupid.
So stupid.
Well, the thing is, they can't get rid of him because if they cut him at the end of this year, they are eating $68 million in dead cap.
That's the thing, though. They could get rid of him. It would be the worst. It would be the worst general manager move.
It'd be the worst move ever.
The only way you do that, if you're Jeffrey Lurie and you know they're going to fire you, the day before they fire you, you cut Carson Wentz and leave the next general manager in a hole. That's the only way you cut Carson Wentz.
Oh my, that's ridiculous.
I'll tell you what I think is going on with Carson Wentz a little bit, and this is a direct result of the Philadelphia Eagles organization, and I'll tell you what it is right now. Nick Foles has a statue outside of the stadium.
He does?
Yes.
Yes, the Philly play.
Yes. So Carson Wentz, no matter what he does, Carson Wentz just feels inferior. And it's not his fault. It's not his fault. In what world do you put a backup quarterback when you have a franchise quarterback? In what world do you put their fucking...
This is breaking news. I did not know they did this.
Neil, the icing on the cake for this is they then got rid of Nick Foles. So you're thinking, oh, you are all in on Carson Wentz. This is great. And then what do they turn around and do? They draft Jalen Hurts in the second round.
So
I'm supposed to feel like you guys believe me?
Quarterback, not poor because he's going to make a lot of money, but no matter what happens, he's got to deal with a backup quarterback somewhere, whether he fucking walks out of the stadium and looks at Nick Foles or he goes in the locker room every day. And after every single game, he has to answer questions about Jalen Hurts. Why?
Hold on. Do y'all think like it is? Don't you think it's a bit weird that they won't get him any type of help or any type of moves?
It doesn't make sense.
Remember, I told you last week, I said,
does it feel like they want him to be like, I'm quitting because I can't take this no more?
Yeah.
Forcing him out. I said last week, I said I don't think they should be done on it, but the writing's on the wall. Not that we think he's over, but Philadelphia has given up on Carson Wentz.
Yes.
They're not giving him help.
They're not giving him help.
They've given up on him.
They are turning the city of Philadelphia against Carson Wentz, and it's not even Carson Wentz's fault. The city of Philadelphia, which we all know, we know a lot of Philadelphia fans.
Oh my fans! I went to school with them. Shout out to my boys, man. I can't stand y'all as fans, though. Worst fans of
we all know, like I said, we have firsthand experience of shout out Kev Warmack, firsthand experience of Philadelphia Eagle fans, and they are some of the worst, if not next to Saints fans, the worst in the league.
Oh my gosh, you don't like one fucking Saints fan? It's me.
And I hate you.
Well, I think that was a shot.
Wow, that's crazy.
But I think the problem is just, I mean, Carson Wentz also, though, like I'm going to call a spade a spade. He played like garbage against Seattle. Yes. Seattle has a historically bad pass defense. Like we were saying about Brady, I got to give you that was garbage. Like there's no defending that. You played like garbage against Cleveland too. But I'm not going to say that it's over for you after 2 games.
No.
But I am going to say you got to get it together.
Listen, Drew leaves, they get ready to. Hey, come to the wall.
That would be nuts. If Carson Wentz goes to New Orleans,
let's go.
If Carson Wentz goes to New Orleans, I'm going to be very annoyed because I have to deal with a franchise quarterback.
There ain't no cap space in
no, but guess what? No, you know what's wonderful about that though? If he does go to you guys, he would be getting paid so much money from Philly, he can take a cheap deal.
That's true because they would get rid of him and cut and eat all that salary, kind of like how
come on down.
Like that's why Gurley took a cheap deal because he's still getting paid.
He's still getting paid.
Is that higher than Matt Ryan's dead cap or no?
No, because he has more time left on his contract.
$68 million, you said?
It's 60 or 68. I forgot which one it was.
That's crazy.
At a minimum of 60.
But so do y'all think Hurts is the right option right now?
No.
No, here's the thing.
No.
You drafted a backup quarterback who's nothing like your starting quarterback. So if Carson Wentz goes down, you got to change the whole offense.
Yeah.
What? And then my favorite, though, is they said they drafted him to be a Taysom Hill. You don't draft Taysom Hill in the second round, first of all.
No.
And second of all, he ain't
he's
built
not
like
like
Taysom
that.
Hill. Taysom Hill is built like a tight end. Jalen Hurts is built like a quarterback.
He gonna get boomed and not get back up.
Didn't they only put him in for like 2 passes against the?
Yeah, they put him in for 2 plays. They said they let him run practice this week. He took snaps with the first team, thinking they were going to alternate in and out, and he took 2 snaps.
Yeah.
You know what it reminds me of a little bit? It reminds me of the Jets with Tebow a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's like, for what reason?
It's a copycat. Listen, the thing is, they're a copycat league. They're trying to copy what New Orleans is doing with the 2 quarterbacks.
It's not going to work. And you know what it's going to do? It's going to make Doug Peterson be out of a job. That's what it's
terrible
do.
coach.
Do you know what? I'm going to say this in Doug Peterson's defense. I don't think he wants Jalen Hurts on that team. I think that was a front office pick, and I think they're trying to force him to put Jalen Hurts on the field because there's no chance. I'm sorry, maybe I'm giving too much credit, but there's no chance that that's because his game plan was I'm just going to throw Jalen Hurts out there for 2 plays like that.
That's what they were saying too. They had in the game. I don't know if y'all watching, or I think it was the first quarter where one of the commentators on the sideline they were saying how he did an interview and was basically taken back, like, why are you asking me questions about Jalen Hurts? He took snaps and that's it. Carson Wentz is the quarterback. And
every game, Carson Wentz has to answer questions. Every post game interview, they ask.
He's probably a nice guy too. Like,
of course, he's going to answer him. He's a quarterback.
Yeah,
he's a quarterback. You always historically quarterbacks are the media guys.
Listen, if you really wanted him out of there, you go and draft in your fucking first pick in the first round and get him out of there. You don't wait to the second.
How about this? How about this, Philadelphia? How about we trade Jalen Hurts for some picks because he could start in this league and get Carson Wentz some help, maybe.
Or I don't know, maybe I'm also crazy. Maybe in the first round we draft Justin Jefferson and not Jalen Reagor, and then maybe in the second round we draft somebody that can help and not be a backup for Carson Wentz. But I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
How about drafting DK Metcalf?
Yeah. No, JJ Arcega-Whiteside's better.
Yeah. I can catch better than him.
Maybe
is he even in the league
revitalize offensive line.
Yeah. He starts.
He's on the COVID list right now, JJ.
He started.
Yeah, he was their starting receiver.
Where's he from? He was from the Pac-12, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Pac-12.
Yeah.
Listen, Pac-12 players in the NFL are very hit or miss.
Yeah,
I'm not taking one in the first round.
Respectfully.
No, I said hit or miss, Neil. Don't take it personally. I said hit or miss.
What?
I was just about to say something.
Because Jared Goff. I said hit or miss. He was a hit.
Oh, you got what's the name? If I'm going to get a receiver from the Pac-12, I'm going to USC.
Yes. The Pac-12 they're not the powerhouse they used to be. So it's
St. Brown. Y'all see St. Brown's brother?
I have not.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's at USC. He's like the main dog. Like he gets the ball every other play. So he's gonna.
My problem with the Pac-12 is they're on the West Coast. I don't get to watch them enough too. So I probably shouldn't have made that comment. But
is that another good segue that we just got set up with there? If we're talking about wide receivers, is that another good segue there?
Oh, it is. It is.
Ooh. That's back to back.
So going into that, that's funny. What everybody's got their bias picks. You see it all the time. I see Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Steelers fans. Claypool. He has one game. He's the best receiver ever. He's the best receiver ever.
It's been more than one game.
I guess like he's probably like he set the bar so high for himself in that one game. It's like
how do you
damn like did he even get close to that again? But who y'all think is the most impressive wide receiver rookie wise currently right now in the league?
Well, I'm gonna go with obviously I don't know if it's your guys' picks as well, but the Minnesota Vikings receiver Justin Jefferson. He has over 900 yards for. He's leading the amount of yards for all the rookies. He's been having the best season so far, like throughout the season, not just.
I'm so sick.
Just there's not a lot of complaints you have about him. He's had the most consistent season, better than all the rookies.
I wanted New Orleans to get him so bad.
Thank God they didn't.
I knew he was gonna be a dog. Listen,
He'd be
how
the
do
best
you
wide
not?
receiver on their team if they got him.
Huh? What'd you say?
What?
What?
Want to repeat that, Neil?
What?
What'd you say? I couldn't hear you.
I said he'd be the
couldn't hear
best
you.
wide
Like trivia.
receiver on their
Did
team.
you win
if they
last
got him.
week?
Oh, don't start with me.
Okay. All right.
Don't.
Like we can take it there. Like
We'll see.
you
We'll
feel
see
me?
you in the playoffs, baby.
Hot red 8.
We'll see-
There's eight.
We'll see
in
you
a
in the
row.
fucking
That's
playoffs,
gone.
baby.
That's gone.
Yeah, it's
He's
gone.
in Carolina. He's in Carolina. We
Yeah.
off that. We off that. We're trendsetters, to be honest. Like if you look back at it, like I'm just saying, there's a lot of people that
John
mimic
Johnson
this.
dance on your graves.
Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna see y'all again though.
Yeah.
But anyway,
What you guys your pick?
for me, right now, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say Justin Jefferson too, and I think it would have been a little bit different if Dak is playing. I think it would have been CeeDee Lamb. I was watching CeeDee Lamb every other week when he was in college. Like watching him at Oklahoma was just unbelievable. He's a phenomenal receiver. But right now, Justin Jefferson is just doing it at a high rate. And it's kind of a better situation compared to the other guys. Because he's the true number 2, then Thielen goes down and he's the main focus. He's gonna get the ball. So I think Justin Jefferson, and he keeps doing that, the gritty dance every time he scores. The DBs get so pissed when he does that shit. That shit's funny.
It is funny. Coming into this class, we had a really good rookie wide receiver class. Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, Justin Jefferson, even Laviska Shenault over in the Jaguars was supposed to do good things. Chase Claypool, CeeDee Lamb. So it was a very, high-end rookie wide receiver class. Into like the 13th week of the season, we're down to like 2 guys, really, 2 or 3 guys. Laviska Shenault is hurt. CeeDee Lamb can't do anything without Dak, really. Justin Jefferson is the man. Claypool looks good. I mean, what do you have? 5 touchdowns in one game, 4 touchdowns in one game?
Mm-hmm.
Nuts. They couldn't stop him that game. But that's all I've really seen from him so far. I mean, yeah, he shows up every now and then on the board, but
he's just not in the better. He's not in a better situation. He's in a great situation.
He's in a great situation to win, but to put up numbers, he's in a bad situation.
Yeah, because you got see Johnson.
Last week, the Vikings had no Adam Thielen because he was out on COVID, out with the COVID, and
he fucking shows up.
Took over. He just took over.
Right. How many times you see a rookie wide receiver, they're game planning for you,
right?
And you still put up numbers.
Still put up numbers. Yeah,
bro. Bro, you see the way he strides, bro.
Oh, he is so good.
Like his stride is like 5 yards.
He's long. He's lengthy. If Herbert wasn't in the league right now, and everything else happened with Burrow tearing his ACL, prayers up to him. I could foresee Justin Jefferson being rookie of the year. Which he's probably going to be offensive rookie of the year. So either him or
Herbert's going to get it.
Well, you might.
He can win both.
Something.
There's only one. There's only offensive rookie of the year and defensive rookie of the year. Yeah. That's it.
Okay. All right.
And then rookie of the year.
You might be onto something. Wait a minute. They get into the playoffs. If the Vikings sneak in there,
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
You got
it's real hard to give it to a wide receiver over a quarterback.
It's a quarter and Justin Herbert's done phenomenal things.
Yeah, true.
You got to break records.
If he has a high impact in them getting there.
Unless Herbert underperforms against.
I'd like to say yes, but I don't see it happening. For the sake of being different, because I like to be different. Saying Justin Jefferson is just way too easy. I was gonna say Claypool, but then I started thinking, and then I was gonna say Jerry Jeudy because I think Jerry Jeudy is actually doing a great job in Denver given their quarterback situation. Drew Lock goes down, he's doing great. But a dark horse, T. Higgins in Cincinnati is no slouch.
Very good.
I like T. Higgins, and I think that Joe Burrow and T. Higgins together is going to be everything that A.J. Green and Andy Dalton was supposed to be, drafting them in the same class.
On the block.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. But I'm saying I think that what's going to – Joe Burrow and T. Higgins are going to be what Cincinnati hoped they drafted when they got A.J. Green and Andy Dalton. I think that they're going to mature together very well, and I think that they're in a good spot there because Pittsburgh's only getting older. They don't have a quarterback behind them.
Well,
I will never believe in the Cleveland Browns. I will never believe in the Cleveland Browns. And I think it's going to be I can't do it. So I think that since he's going to
be
right, good for them, but I'm not believing in them in the future.
Yeah,
I would never mortgage my future.
It all depends on how Joe Burrow performs after that knee injury.
Yes, that will make a difference too.
I think they're holding him out next year too as well. So
I doubt they'll hold him out next year.
No, that's been a thing.
No, right. And it sounds good in theory right now.
Can you imagine that?
It
go
sounds
get the
good.
Number one, and then they get the number one again.
It all sounds good in theory right now, but as it gets closer, let's say Big Ben retires, right? So I'm just throwing it out there, and Pittsburgh don't get a quarterback. So now Pittsburgh's probably your worst team in that division. And again, I'm not trusting Cleveland. So now it's between you and Baltimore. You really think if Joe Burrow's healthy, you're going to say we're not going to play this year? If you could be a playoff team,
that's true. Very good point.
It's easy to say it today. It ain't easy to say it before the season kicks off.
It was just a rumor I heard. I was
No, I know. I'm just saying. Like
I seen that too.
With that injury, prior injuries like that in the past, the player has been held out into the following year because it's such a
it's late in the year too,
and it's very late in the year, and it's a very extensive knee injury. It's
and I agree with you guys, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I think it's very easy to say that right now when you're not a competitor and you don't think you will be. But I think if the tables turn and you think that you can make a run at it, and Joe Burrow's a competitor like we know he is, it could be a different story.
It also where the Bucs are at.
You got to look at it the other way too. It's like you got your first round, you got your first pick, your career, your franchise quarterback. You rush him back for 1 year at a playoff spot.
No, and I can see the argument on both sides. Is all I'm saying.
Structural damage.
A lot of damage.
That's different. That's different.
Speaking of our most impressive players, our rookies. What about most impressive players all around?
Ooh.
Segway champ Neil.
I can hear it in my
sponsorship.
For me, man, defensively, I kind of been looking at him a little bit more.
Yeah, let's do one offense, one defense.
I've been really looking at the Colts defense. They're fucking good.
So what player on it?
The Blackman, the DB.
Ooh, good pick.
He's been playing at a high level.
That's a good
pick. They were raving about him during the game. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Like, I never seen this. I look a little bit more, watch video. I'm like, oh, he just gets to the ball. Like, he's like punch out. Like, he's playing really good. So I'm gonna probably say him for defense, and then offense. Oh man, that's just overall like impressive because he's obviously a rookie, but still.
Right.
Offensive wise, overall, damn man, there's so many people that you could pick.
It's tough. Offense is tough.
Yeah, offense is really tough. Shit, man. I'm gonna say what's the name's been really impressive. Was it Deontay Johnson?
Deontay Johnson.
Oh, Deontay, yeah.
Deontay Johnson.
AB Jr.
Yeah. He's the way because they're getting plays to him. I'm like, damn, all right. So he must be really good. Like,
can we all go back and clip when I said that Pittsburgh fans be ready because they treat him just like Antonio. I'm not calling him Antonio Brown, but they use him just like they used Antonio Brown. Yep. I'm just saying, I'm not saying I'm a genius, but I'm not saying I'm stupid.
You see, another thing is that, bro, the fact that you just said that scheme, they went and got a personnel player that could fit somebody they lost.
Good management. That's why the Pittsburgh Steelers have been historically a great franchise.
They draft some of the best receivers in males. Well, we're not even gonna get into it. We're just gonna let it.
So
the list goes on forever.
I'll go here. I mean, I got two guys I picked out. I'll start on offense. Probably the most slept on offensive player in the league, James Robinson, the running back for the Jacksonville Jaguars. The dude who just put up 128 yards against the Cleveland Browns defense last week.
Yo, all I see, listen, every week, right? I'm sitting there watching the games. All I see is this, James Robinson. And it just keeps going. It's like 10 receptions, 15 carries, 100.
He's got 890 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns, 280 receiving yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns in 11 games. Or however many games he's played. I'm sorry.
Pretty good.
Yeah, he's on pace to finish the year with the most scrimmage yards in NFL history for an undrafted rookie. He was undrafted, by the way.
Undrafted
Rookie.
Shout out to them, man. Undrafted.
So, I mean, James Robinson for me, definitely one of the most, definitely in my mind, the most impressive player on offense right now. And on defense, man, there's only one.
AD.
There's only one, baby.
We knew it.
There's only one.
Really?
That's it. I mean,
Mr. Triple Team
week,
himself.
Every week, something else comes up. Either he gets chipped by a tight end, he gets chipped by a running back while he's triple teamed. Sometimes they even bring it over a little guard center combo.
Bro,
and
you know what that is?
End, a tackle, a guard, and a center on him.
You know what we call that?
Triple teamed.
You know what we call that?
Best player in the world.
That's the Lawrence Taylor effect, bro.
It's insane. And the fact that the man can continue to produce with that much attention on him just further shows that he is the best player in the league. What he did single-handedly bring the Rams back into the 49ers game, single-handedly strip, touchdown, pass deflection, interception. I mean, he literally could do everything. It's insane. I said my piece.
I'm going to go with.
Go ahead.
We know on this podcast there's no bias, so that's why I'm gonna choose two Patriots players as my impressive players.
Let's go.
I love it.
Phil.
The second one is gonna be a complete mind-blowing pick, but the first one is gonna be on defense. J.C. Jackson, cornerback.
Yep.
And we see 4-game stretch where he got 4 picks and all like in a row, and this is without Gilmore for a good part. So imagine these two together. I mean, we've had arguments about who's the best wide receiver duo, but have we had a conversation about who's the best cornerback duo?
We already know.
Put some respect on it.
And I'm glad you mentioned that. We're gonna see that. We're gonna see that next week.
So you know what's crazy?
Right?
It's crazy that you bring this up, J.C. Jackson. I just got right before we started. ESPN Fantasy said you might want to take Mike Williams and Keenan Allen out of your lineup. They got a tough matchup against the Patriots secondary.
Yeah, Gilmore and Jackson are playing next week. Gilmore is finally recovered from that injury, sort of. So we're gonna see them both in action. And he's just been having a great defensive season so far. He got over 5 picks, a lot of tackles, and he's been barely carrying the Patriots defense while Gilmore and all the other players were out of COVID. And then the offensive player, we mentioned him earlier. I didn't think Kenny mentioned him as well. Nick Folk. And before anyone
special teams.
He scores points. So hear me out before anyone
this is
kickers win games, Kenny. Kickers win games.
No bias.
Because
your
team can't.
No bias.
4 touchdowns, and you don't have to rely on your kicker.
Right. When you think of Nick Folk before New England, what do you think of?
Missing a lot of goals
because I don't really pay attention to
missing field goals.
No, he was missing. I think he was the first wave of these kickers we need to get them out of here.
Right.
He was. I think he was one of the first ones where they were like, "All right, these kickers are trash."
Side note: in Tampa Bay, when he was still in Tampa Bay, he played against New England. He single-handedly could have won them the game because the Patriots' offense was trash that game, and their defense was trash. He missed 4 or 5 kicks that game, and they ended up cutting him the game after. Going from one of the worst kickers in the league to being one of the best kickers in the league right now, he's 19 for 21 for field goals and 20 for 21 for extra points. Going from being trash to being highly accurate, it's got to be praised if you're a kicker.
Bill knows something that we don't, man, about the players primes and just timeline, because he got rid of Gostkowski and then he's terrible now with the Titans.
Yeah,
he was phenomenal for the Patriots.
Right, and I know it's not the most great pick or the sexy pick, but it's the pick that at least should be recognized because there's not a lot of
honesty.
Yeah, there's not a lot of bright spots in the New England offense or New England team in general, but Nick Folk has definitely been one of them after being such a laughing stock the last couple of years before he came to New England. So
definitely.
I like the picks, Phil. I like the picks.
For me, I'm gonna pick on defense. I'm gonna stay in Atlanta, only because this guy was so clowned when we drafted him in the first round because he got torched against Alabama, the national title game. AJ Terrell has been the best cornerback from the rookie class this year. Yes, LSU.
Yeah, LSU.
Yeah, LSU. But he has been.
You got nightmares of this.
But it was against Justin. So now it makes sense. We all watch Justin Jefferson play football. We understand. Yeah. But AJ Terrell has been the best corner, and from like Jeff Okudah can't even get on the field anymore. AJ Terrell is out there. He's lining up against team's number one receiver. He's not locking them down, but he's holding his own. Like last week against Oakland, Vegas. Jeez. He had one play. He didn't even get burnt. Henry Ruggs just fucking fast and out jumped him. But I mean, I'm taking AJ Terrell over any of the rookies. And then
it just takes time for these guys. Like that's another thing that I hate is we got to give the players time to adjust.
And not everyone's gonna be a superstar.
Like we're like it's like.
I'm glad you brought that up. I want to talk about that after this segment.
You got Pop Warner, all right, speed. Modified, JV, all right, speed. Varsity, faster. College, super fast. Then you talking about transfer from super fast to you blink
and it's over.
They're gone. Yeah. So like I feel like we don't give players time to develop.
Yeah, I don't think that we gave AJ Terrell a fair shake. I mean, and the thing is, he was phenomenal in Clemson for every time he started. He had one bad game, and everyone was ready to say, "Oh, that's it. He's going to be a bust." The Falcons reached for him. He was the third corner taken, and he's the best corner in the class.
He was playing against two of the best receivers in the country.
Exactly. So I mean,
Jamar Chase,
we haven't heard much
come to New Orleans, bro. We need you.
We haven't heard much about
He's a monster.
You said Okudah? Yeah, he's not even started there anymore. He can't get on the field. Yeah. AJ Terrell is lining up against the best receivers on the other team, and Jeff Okudah can't even get on the field. So that who got the better cornerback? But for offense, the most impressive player to me has been Dalvin Cook. The man has missed time and still leads the league in scrimmage yards. Like you can't stop him. If
he stays healthy, I'll respect him a little bit more.
Well, right, but this year, I mean, there's been 11.
He's on fire.
There's respect no matter what. But
right, there's been 11 games. He's played 10, so he's only missed one so far this year. But I'm still taking Dalvin Cook has just been crazy. To me, it speaks more to the fact that he's not staying healthy and leads the league in scrimmage yards. Is just Jesus. What's he going to do when he is healthy?
Just I was surprised that nobody said Antonio Gibson from Washington. I was surprised nobody said that.
He's been
killing.
But he put the world on notice Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yes,
bro. Listen, man.
Legit rookie of the year.
He's like 6'1", 220, and he's bro.
He's insane. He's a beast.
No way. He's literally I think he said in an interview or something. I was reading an article on him after the Thanksgiving, and he said he considers himself like a receiver in a running back's body.
Well, that's what he was when he played in college.
He was a receiver.
Well, so I was like, this is crazy, man.
So Washington stole one with that.
Yeah,
for
seriously.
Real. Great back. But going from there, man, let's get right into it. Old fanboy. LA Rams. What happened? I thought they were supposed to dominate for the rest of the season. How could they lose to the 49ers that don't
They were going to win out.
No, they don't have.
They were supposed to win out. They were supposed to.
That boy Jimmy Ward, good, ain't he? He good.
I've never seen. He's good. He is everywhere. That dude.
He's been everywhere for a couple years now.
He's good. He's a good player.
Yeah,
Can't beat him.
So what happened in the game?
Jared Goff lost another game for us. 3 turnovers, 1 pick six, another pick that it was a Tom Brady just throw the ball over everybody's head pick, and then at the end of the quarter, at the end of the half, we're about to set up a nice field goal chance. He goes on a little scramble. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Slide, get out of bounds. He tries to shake Jimmy Ward and punches the ball out, and he fumbles it. It's just 3 inexcusable turnovers after your defense is giving you every single chance to win the game. The defense gave him every shot to win that game, and we couldn't win it. Listen, Kenny spoke on it earlier. Divisional games, they are what they are, man. And how I spoke about Sean McVay not losing to the Cardinals, Sean McVay hasn't beat the 49ers. So, only once, actually. I'm sorry. As soon as Kyle Shanahan took over, he has not beat the 49ers. Can't beat them.
Because they run the same shit.
Can't beat them.
Play action jet sweep. They run the same shit.
I'm glad you brought up the time to adjust topic because I want to ask my fellow friends here.
Yeah.
How long do you give a first pick overall in the draft time to adjust before you say he's out of here?
Well, you guys can't get him out of there because you just gave him a fat ass contract.
No. I know there's no legitimate way to cut him. I'm just saying in general, as a fan base, as a team lover, as a news organization, like a sports organization or ESPN, Fox News, whatever. How long are you giving somebody like Jared Goff before you say that's it? We can't win with the man. We can't win.
You can tell the guys that are going to be fucking animals immediately. Chase, monster immediately. You could tell he's going to be great right now as soon as he gets on the field. Jared Goff couldn't even take a snap under center. We're going to have to give him a window because now he's got to learn how to play under center, be comfortable, do play action steps, do the actual right steps, be able to take a nil for victory formation. He couldn't do that. He had to take it from shotgun. That's alarming already.
Yeah.
But
I'm giving it. What year is he in right now?
His 5th year. First year he sat.
He came in though. He came in midway through the season.
He came in midway through the season. In his first year, he had
Jeff Fisher
and a high school Rob Boris as their offensive coordinator.
So we'll watch that.
Yeah, you got to watch that year.
He was.
So this is his fourth year under McVay.
Yep.
Okay, so I say 5 and gray 6. Now after 6. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough to keep. Like, all right, let's give him more time. Give him more time.
Right.
Then,
to throw this out there, you start out his first year with McVay. They win the NFC West. They make the playoffs. They get bounced out by Kenny's Falcons in the wild card round. Second year under McVay, win the NFC West back to back, first time since 1976. Make it all the way to NFC Championship. Beat Lawrence's Saints. Lose in the Super Bowl. Third year, don't make the playoffs. Fourth year, deeper and deeper and deeper regression. Can't hit a deep ball anymore. He hasn't connected on a deep ball all year. So now you see when you usually see this, now you're seeing this. So it's worrisome.
So I think you got to give the rookie contracts. What I always said. Yeah, so it's the 4+1. So that's why they give you a 5th year option on your first round picks, because if you're not sold on him after 4, they're okay. You get one more year where you don't have to pay him yet. Mm-hmm. The Rams jumped the gun and said, "Oh, well, he's going to be an MVP caliber quarterback," and paid him too soon. The Eagles did the same thing with Carson Wentz. That, like, the NFL literally has built in a system for you so that you can evaluate these guys. 5 years is the perfect amount, especially because the first year, obviously Jeff Fisher was your coach, so that sucks. But you still had 4 more years after that. The NFL gave you a chance to get it right. They gave you 5 years.
Those 2 downgrades since the Super Bowl have happened since Jared Goff got paid.
Exactly, and that's on top of paying him early. You paid him so early. You didn't have to be. They could have waited till this offseason. They could have even done it right before this season started. They paid him right after the Super Bowl, which was unnecessary because you still had 3 more years on a rookie deal.
Right,
and that's a good gauge.
So let me just bring this point up. So good to know what you guys feel about that, because I kind of felt I feel the same way. I follow a lot of Rams supporters on Twitter. I follow a lot of Rams like individual sports organizations on Twitter. Shout out Downtown Rams, by the way. But everybody I follow, besides a few people here and there, are saying it's time. We can't win under Jared Goff. Do you guys think Jared Goff will become a Super Bowl winning quarterback? Yes or no? Under McVay, not under a different team. Do you think he has what it takes?
He clearly has what it takes. They made it there already.
But does he have what it takes to win the Super Bowl?
Yes, with Sean McVay as head coach.
That's all. That's all you need. It don't matter about the end result. His team. The team is even. You could say is better now because the younger players that were there, their experience.
Right.
So he can get there and he can win it. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
Yeah. Like if he didn't make it to, he only got it to the NFC Championship, then they'd be like, oh, we don't know because he didn't get there.
Right.
Got there. So he got there once. Being inexperienced, now you're more experienced and you're not playing as good. Another thing you got to think about is the career span for NFL players is 3.3 years.
It's different for quarterbacks, though.
Yeah, it's different for quarterbacks.
I know what you're saying, Lawrence.
I say that to say this, like injury-wise, he takes hits. Your body, it's already going against the natural motion. Your arm's not supposed to go like this fucking 50,000 times. So now he's throwing and he gets hit. He might be banged up. That might be why he's missing the certain passes. He's not as young anymore. He's not coming from where'd he go? UCLA? Cal. So like he's
only 26, by the way. He's only 26.
And you see what I'm saying? Like he probably was barely touched.
Turned 26 this year too.
So like he's 26. He got time. But,
right. I mean, how you got to think about these quarterbacks that have been in the league for forever, and they're just. I mean, it takes a forever to adjust and see.
But these guys are outliers.
Formations that
Tom Brady,
blitzes.
Matt Ryan is going to be an outlier because he's going to play into fucking 42. Like
that's true.
It's very rare that you get those guys that are going to play that long.
Yeah, I mean, we just mentioned what the last. Besides Tom Brady, we just mentioned. I mean,
if he makes it to 40. That's 14, bro. That's almost 20 years in the league. We're looking far away, but now you're looking at how much he's getting hit in a game.
Yeah. Well, thankfully with the Rams, Jared Goff has been pretty clean. He was lowest sacked his second year in the league. He's like above the top 5 every year from getting sacked. So luckily that part. But I mean, just bringing his name up and those people, like an Aaron Rodgers, a Matt Ryan, a Patrick Mahomes, these quarterbacks are the ones that have been to the Super Bowl. Besides Tom Brady, you know what I mean? Now, does he have what it takes to win it? We know Matt Ryan does have what it takes to win it.
I think Jared Goff is going to have a very comparable career to Matt Ryan when it's all said and done.
That's exactly when Colin Cowherd, when he got drafted, Colin Cowherd said the same thing. He said he's
Matt Ryan, and there's nothing wrong with being Matt Ryan.
No, not at all. He's ceiling. At his greatest, he'll be a little bit under Aaron Rodgers, and he at the end of his career will be a Matt Ryan. And what is Matt Ryan? One of the most accurate passers the NFL has ever seen.
And Matt Ryan could easily win a Super Bowl too.
Could have won a Super Bowl. Think
about it. Matt Ryan and Jared Goff both get to the Super Bowl and lose to the greatest of all time, and Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. That's not a knock on either one
dynasty of all time.
Right. That's not a knock on either one of them. Like you put them up against any other team that year, they probably have a ring right now.
If the overtime rules were different and the Patriots lost to the Kansas City Chiefs, I believe the Rams had won that Super Bowl. Because we beat
they did beat them earlier in the year, so it's not an outrageous thing to say.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, I just want to see what everybody thinks about the Rams because obviously, I mean, not just the Rams, but Jared Goff in general. I feel like Jared Goff gets a lot of hate when there's games like that Kansas City game where he put up 50-something points and outdueled Patrick Mahomes, the MVP of the league, Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl MVP, and then there's games.
I always think of this when people are complaining about the quarterbacks. All right, replace him. Who are you going to get?
Exactly.
Right.
You know what? This is a great time right now to have a quarterback.
You know what? Exactly. I'm so glad you just brought this up, though, Neil, because I'm looking at Lawrence's picture with Carson Wentz, and we're always Jared Goff and Carson Wentz are always going to be linked. You know what this is going to remind me of? We'll have this conversation 10 years from now, and I hope I'm right. It's going to be like the Matt Ryan and Joe Flacco draft. Joe Flacco got there first. He won the Super Bowl. He was the guy, and it was, the Falcons messed up. They should have drafted Joe Flacco. That's right. The guy. Carson Wentz got to there. He was at the top. He was at the promised land. I mean, he didn't win the Super Bowl because it was Nick Foles, but the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Everyone, Carson Wentz probably should have been the guy. When it's all said and done, I think I'm probably going to want Jared Goff over Carson Wentz. And I also think that Jared Goff is going to have the longer career because of their play style.
Right. And you can already see that right now. Jared Goff has better numbers right now. Out of that draft class, Jared Goff has besides Dak Prescott, has the best numbers, and he's close to Dak Prescott as number one.
How much did the Rams pay Goff in that extension?
$150 million. So
now he's playing. He's now playing for the Rams, and he's trying to live up to that contract.
Exactly, a lot of pressure for a 26-year-old kid. Right. By the way, he's us, guys.
No. Time out.
He's us.
I'm not gonna let you get away with that. He's played in so many big games.
I know, but
it's
still
fucking over for the little child shit.
But it's still a lot of pressure, man. You some people aren't built for that pressure.
You gotta be cool, bro. It's like when the coaches tell you, when you celebrate something, act like you've been there before. He's been in so many big games.
It's true.
that excuse is you gotta push it to the side. It's
just
been here, you already won big games.
Just to finish up the talk about the Rams. If any year is gonna be the year, I feel like this year could be it because they have the defense. They have
wins championship.
They have the best defense, second best defense in the league, but potentially the best defense in the league. And you can see the defense consistently puts Jared Goff in position. I don't know how much more help Jared Goff needs, to be honest with you. He's got Sean McVay pretty much calling the plays for him up to 15 seconds on the clock. He has Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, and an insane core on the other side. He's got two of the best weapons in the NFL with Jesus Christ, Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp. He's got two great tight ends, and he has three killer running backs. What more do you need? What more do you need? It's coming time. It's coming time. Jared, you got to start nut up or shut up.
All right. So we were just talking about obviously different impressive positions and things like that. One of the most impressive games this weekend, hate to admit it, was the Falcons and the Raiders. Unbelievable. I took
Kenny
the Raiders 3.5, and then
did we pick that game?
No, we did not.
We didn't pick that game. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So the Falcons didn't have Julio, and they did this.
Whoa! Not just.
We didn't have Todd Gurley, our touchdown machine,
and they did
touchdown machine.
So how y'all feel about the listen? Matter of fact, the Raiders beat the Chiefs and the Saints. Then they go and lose by 30 something. What is it?
Let me tell you something. That is what's frustrating about being a Falcons fan.
Because
they beat those two teams
in general. You know what I mean?
They go and play the Falcons and lose like that.
Kenny, you think about that. The Rams just did the same thing. They beat Russell Wilson and then Tom Brady, and then they lose to Nate Mullins. So it's like
you beat Patrick Mahomes and the almighty Chiefs.
Yeah.
You beat the Saints, and now you come and you play the Falcons, so everyone's thinking, oh, this is going to be a cakewalk.
3.5. That 3.5.
The thing is, it's not even just that we beat them. It's that we killed them. And what's crazy, we beat them 43-6. We should have put up over 50 on them.
Yeah.
Because if you watch the game, we left 3 touchdowns on the board in the first quarter. The first quarter, we could have put up more points on them. It's mind-blowing to me. Julio Jones wasn't out there. Todd Gurley wasn't out there. Our offense played like absolute dog shit, and we put up 43 points on them.
That's what I feel like is the most impressive part of that game was the defense, because the one part of the Atlanta Falcons you don't expect to
defense has got to be played if you only allowed 6 points.
I'm watching the game, and I literally my entire life of watching Falcon games, I've never watched a game before where I said the offense is letting us down today, because the offense let us down. The defense was producing turnovers. They were stopping them from scoring, and they scored touchdowns. My mind was blown. We'd get to the other side of the field, and the problem is Dirk Cutter does not know how to coach himself out of a paper bag. He is the worst offensive coach I've ever seen in my entire life. You have Matt Ryan. Even if you have Matt Ryan and Calvin Ridley, there's no chance you shouldn't be scoring touchdowns. It's pathetic.
That's my thing too. Like when I really look at we talked about like Tom Brady and shit, and how he doesn't have the plays that he needs, but you have the personnel. You have an all-star person. You have Todd Gurley, touchdown machine. You got Calvin, Julio. But I'm saying healthy.
Oh, okay.
And you don't know what to call to produce touchdowns. You should lose your job because you have all pros.
100%. And that's what
it doesn't make sense.
In the year, I couldn't say that early because early in the year was the defense. They were the problem, because we were putting up points. So it was like you can't blame them. But then we went through a stretch where the offense just couldn't do anything, and now we're at the point with Raheem Morris taking over. This defense is completely revitalized. Like if you were our coach all year long, we'd be a playoff team. Like that, I truly believe that. But Dirk Cutter is just he's pathetic. Like they put up 43. Well, the offense put up what would that have been 36 points, but it was in spite of him, not because of him. Like the fact that Young Ho Koo or Young Wei Koo, however you want to say it. He has the most field goal attempts in Falcons history for this season and the most field goals made, and we're only going into week 13 is actually pathetic. With that offense, this should be the lowest amount of field goal kicks you ever had. And you're breaking.
Gotta finish drives.
It's pathetic. I mean, I'm glad he's making kicks because it could be worse, but you don't ever want to hear, oh, this is the most kicks by a Falcons kicker ever, and it's only week 12.
Yeah, I thought it was really impressive. Like I said, it's tough to give credit to the Falcons, but I gotta give credit.
Sometimes you gotta give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, definitely. All right, man. Playoffs is coming. It's right around the corner. Kenny, you guys got a chance?
Honestly, it's nuts. It's not going to happen. But we have to win out, and we need some help. Like, we're not mathematically eliminated yet. We're done. But it's not mathematically done.
So, who's your guys' dark horse on the bubble right now for the NFC? Right now, you got NFC. I'll tell you the teams on the bubble. On the bubble right now, you got the Vikings, Bucks, Bears, the entire NFC East. And then you got the Cardinals too. So I'm gonna say those last two spots would be on the bubble. Like would you say 6 and 7 are still on the bubble?
No, 7 makes it.
No, I'm saying like, but it's still interchangeable. Like the other games.
Okay,
yeah, I'd say from Tampa Bay down is on the bubble.
Yeah, so outside looking in,
Tampa Bay to 4 and 7, I'd say are on the bubble.
So who's your guys' dark horse out of the NFC?
I would say for me personally,
who finishes the final 6 and 7 spot?
For me, my pick for that would be I think it's going to be the 49ers and the Cardinals. I think they're both going to get in. I think it's going to be all 4 spots in the NFC West. I think are going to make the playoffs this year. The 49ers.
The only reason you wanted to do that is so you can just rant that this is the best division in football.
No,
it's
possible.
I just really think looking at watching what the 49ers did to the Rams, which I mean, you could say they have the number divisional game, whatever, but also looking at the remaining schedule, you got the Bills, they got the Washington football team, they got the Cowboys, they got the Cardinals and the Seahawks, which those last 2 games, like you said, divisional games are toss-ups. But they could string together wins right there, and that's no problem. I think personally, I think we got San Fran gets in that last spot there, and I think Arizona gets the 6th seed.
What about you, Kenny? What's your dark horses for 6 and 7 right now?
All right, so for 6, I'm giving it to I'm giving it to the Cardinals as well. I think that they're going to jump the Buccaneers. They're going to end up in the 6th spot, and with the 7th spot, it pains me because I want to. As long as there's mathematically a chance, I really want to believe that we can win out.
Hey,
but
listen,
the problem, you know, the only thing that scares me is that we have to play Patrick Mahomes week 16. Every other exactly, because we have you guys this week, then we have the Chargers, then we have the Bucks, then we have the Chiefs, then we have the Bucks.
Safe to say, Kenny, that this is a must-win game on Sunday.
Oh, every game's must win at this point because
but it starts right now. It starts right now against the Saints.
Oh, 100%. You got to win out. There's zero.
Yo, didn't we hear that? Did we hear that before?
Well, yeah, no, but no, now.
I did say that before.
Yeah, I was about to say it's must win.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But now, like it's literally if you lose mathematically, there's nothing you can do. But so I'm not gonna say us just for the sake of I want to talk about a team that probably does have a real chance. I think Minnesota is going to just jump Tampa Bay. You're going to go 6 with the Cardinals and 7 with Minnesota.
I like that pick. I like Minnesota
again. Minnesota. Now, what you think, Phil? What's going on?
Looking at the wild cards right now, it's the Rams has the first one, the Bucks have the second one, and the Cardinals have the third one. I have the Cardinals going up to the first wild card, and I see the Rams falling to the last wild card. And then I have the Bucks staying right where they are. If you look
yo, his face looked like that one meme.
The
dude. So you saying the Cardinals go jump to the 5th spot?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Because right now the Rams have the 5th.
The same teams in the wild card.
Oh, they're only one game behind, so that's doable.
Yeah, the Cardinals twice are going to switch spots because the Bucks are going to be in the middle of that. Because if you look at the Rams' remaining schedule. They face Seattle again, and they're going to have to play the Cardinals twice. So that's going to be trouble itself. And then who knows how they're going to perform against the Patriots.
We got to play the Jets, too.
And the Jets is going to be like the only like for sure.
It's gonna be the Jets' first win.
This is gonna come down. Like this is gonna be crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I think the Bucs are gonna be up and down as well, but they're gonna stay in the middle of the pack. The Cardinals are gonna play better near the end of the season. So I have it Cardinals, Bucs, Rams because I don't think the Rams are gonna finish off.
That's a great pick, Phil. Great pick.
But with everything going on right now, though, like don't be shocked if the Bucs don't be shocked if they lose out. Like who they have left? They have the Vikings who are playing for their playoff life.
Yep.
Then they have the Falcons, who that's a division game. Anything can happen.
Right.
One of the only quarterbacks Matt Ryan ain't beat is Tom Brady. You know that's on the back of his mind. Then they got the Lions, who, I mean,
they always play tough. They play tough. The Lions.
And there's no Matt Patricia, so maybe they don't blow leads.
They come out hot, maybe.
And then they got the Falcons again. So the Bucs, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but if they drop 4 straight, like it wouldn't be like shocking.
Yeah, it wouldn't be shocking. Yeah.
Plus, we know how well Tom Brady performs when there's turmoil in the franchise.
Right.
These last couple of years at New England.
Just saying, it's gonna be a wild ride.
Yeah, I see them going 3-1 in this stretch. They're probably going to drop a game against the Falcons, most likely. That's why I see it. To be honest, they're going to drop either the first game against the Falcons or the second one. I see them both beating Vikings and Detroit, just dropping one game against the Falcons.
For me, I want to check something. Well, I was gonna say the Packers will drop, but they got food for the last 5
Oh
games.
no, Packers are locked.
Yeah, they got.
It's a matter of if they're going to get a bye or not.
Yeah, that's
right now. I think it. Honestly, I think one or two things will happen. I think it's going to be Rams at 5th spot, Cardinals at the 6th spot, and the Buccaneers drop down, or the Vikings sneak in and then steal a spot from the Bucs. So I think that's one or two things or two scenarios that could happen. But my dark horse 4 is definitely the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals find a way to either stay where they're at and hold sturdy or bounce up a spot to get in or just to secure it. So now
one of the AFC side.
Yeah, AFC. What are you guys thinking for AFC?
My AFC team, I think, call me crazy, but I think the Raiders can sneak in. They got the Jets, the Colts, the Chargers, the Dolphins, and the Broncos left. I don't see. I don't.
Maybe they should lose. Maybe max 2 games. Right.
Maybe 1 game. The problem with the Raiders, which it won't allow them to proceed further into the playoffs, is that defense. They're the 28th ranked defense in the league. They give up 29 points a game. They're not gonna go far, but I feel like they could sneak in at the 7th spot there. And I don't count out the Baltimore Ravens. Don't count them out. That's all I got to say. And I feel like the Colts move up. They're currently in the 7. I think the Colts will move up to 6. So I think your bottom 3, you got Colts. I think you got Raiders. Oh wait, no, 6. Yeah, Colts and the Raiders, and then the Baltimore Ravens could possibly sneak in somewhere.
Oh, so you have the
Baltimore Ravens are your dark horse.
Well, technically, the Raiders are
right.
They're on the outside looking in, but I'm just saying, don't sleep on the Baltimore Ravens.
You know what's wild? I got the Cleveland Browns are the 5 seed right now, sitting at 8-3.
You got them missing?
The Cleveland Browns don't make the playoffs this year.
Oh, that's a
hot take.
Hot take.
Listen to what they got left. They got the Titans. The Titans are going to beat them. They got the Ravens. The Ravens need a win to get in the playoffs. The Ravens are going to beat them. They got the Giants. The Giants are going to be playing for that division. Don't be shocked if the Giants beat them.
Wow.
Guess what? If the Jets are 0-14 going in to play the Browns, don't be shocked if the Jets beat Baker and them boys.
Wow.
Wait, what's
and then,
listen, is this Mama Lacey talking?
And then week 17, they get the Pittsburgh Steelers. They might win that one because the Steelers might be benching their starters.
What happened to you? What happened to you and the Cleveland Browns? What did they do to you?
No, I don't believe in them. I just can't. I love their run game, but Baker Mayfield is going to have to win them games, and Mayfield cannot win them games.
We've never seen Baker. Well, how many games have we seen Baker play without Odell Beckham Jr.?
Oh, his whole rookie season,
yeah,
and then half of this season.
So his whole rookie season, he had garbage.
He had Jarvis Landry. He had the same thing he has now.
He said garbage.
He had more help on the offensive line and definitely more.
Well, he has
defensive.
Cooper now, so yeah.
And definitely more help on the defensive
Hey
side.
man, I'm gonna keep it real simple for you.
Wait, I didn't tell you who was going to get it. I just told you Cleveland's not going to make it.
Yeah, we got to hear what he's got to say.
It's your dark horse. You did a whole spill on how they not getting in.
Yeah, so I got Miami's
horse.
going to make it, Indy's going to make it, and then by default, because Baltimore's going to have to beat Cleveland, Baltimore's going to get the 7th seed.
Don't sleep on Baltimore.
All right.
After we trash Lamar Jackson all year.
Before Phil goes, because I already know what he's gonna say. And I'm going with them. I'm going with Cam Newton and the Patriots.
Oh.
Go on. I want to see them go on a 5-0.
Nuts.
5-0 is probably too much. I say they go 4-1 and they fucking get in.
They got to play the Chargers, the Rams, the Dolphins, the Bills, and the Jets. They find
a way.
That's 1-4.
They could also go 0-5.
Yeah, they could go
0-5.
But I'm saying
always play the Patriots tough.
Well, mine's the Jets. 1-4.
No, the Jets could beat the Patriots.
That's the Jets got to win. The Jets are either going to beat the Patriots or the Browns. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
They're going to spoil. They're going to spoil one of their playoff chances. They're not going to 1-16. They're going to beat one of them. Sam Darnold's coming back. They're going to beat one of them teams.
Sam Darnold coming back. He going to win that. Oh man,
Neil, am I wrong? They're not going to go on. They're going to win one.
They got to win one.
Me personally, I think they get in. If somebody has a hiccup, I think the Patriots find a way.
The Patriots defense have only allowed one 300-yard passer the whole season, and it was Deshaun.
So that's what I'm saying. So like they got the defense. They got the defense. All that needs to happen is Cam Newton to not turn the ball over and get positive yardage.
That's it, though. Cam Newton is Cam Newton. And since he hurt his shoulder, he has not been the same quarterback. He cannot throw the ball anymore.
So you think, though, they're going to jump Indy, Vegas, and Baltimore? Like it says, they got to jump all three of them.
They need a lot of help.
I need a lot of help. That's it. That's why it's a dark horse.
Like, that's a real dark
horse. Like they got to go 5-0, like because you have zero chance.
Who do you have as your 6?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Number 6. I'm gonna probably go with Indy. I do not like the Raiders after what just happened to them. I thought they had a chance this season.
That's a season killer.
They beat the Saints and the Chiefs, and I'm like, damn, all right, here we go. Like
the fact that they beat the Saints and the Chiefs should give you the comeuppance to tell them.
Yeah, but I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, here we go. Like, and then you go and do that shit.
Also, though, sidebar, John Gruden really likes Raheem Morris and said he wants him to get the Falcons job. You ever think there's a chance?
Ooh,
I'm just saying. You think maybe there's a chance we lay down and help my buddy get a job?
Shit, I'll tell you why the Rams have never beat the 49ers under Kyle Shanahan. We want Robert Saleh gone.
I'm just saying, maybe this was
games.
Maybe this was strategically planned. We'll win the rest of the games, but we'll lose to the Falcons.
So currently it's Cleveland, Miami, and the Colts. Obviously, I agree with Lawrence. The Patriots are going to somehow, I don't know how exactly. They're going to need some magic.
Hey, that's what it's
some way, somehow, they're going to make it. They're going to get that last seed because I can't tell you stats and everything, but I'm gut feeling they're going to make it somehow.
You remember this though, because when they start losing and I start calling them out in the chat, I don't want him to say, "Well, I knew we weren't going to make it," because he just told me they were going to make it, right? Everyone, right?
I was saying it's a dark horse. He's talking about something completely different.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him because that's Phil's famous line is, "Well, I knew we weren't going to make it," but then we'll get on here and Phil will tell you they're a playoff team.
Look at his face.
Hold on. Let me defend myself at least. So, like in the beginning of the season, I said there's going to be 2 scenarios with the Patriots this season. They're either going to have a decent draft pick or they're going to barely make it in the playoffs. And
that's literally every team in the NFL, except for the team that wins the Super Bowl. You either get a top 15 draft pick or you make the playoffs and you get one of the first 20.
Nah, bro. That is like you're like literally covering every ground. Like,
yeah, we're either barely going to make the playoffs or get a good draft pick. You mean you're going to play football this season?
What did I covering our ground?
A good draft pick. What are you talking about? Top 5?
Maybe 10. Top 10.
Okay. The Falcons have the 10th pick right now or could barely make the playoffs. So I could have made that same thing.
Okay, as of right now, I'm going full on last playoff seed. No changes from here on out. We're gonna get the 7th seed. I have the
But like I agree with Kenny though. Get the Browns out of there and Ravens jump in.
I actually have the Browns making the
That's what I think will happen.
I have the Colts jumping the Browns as that first wild card. I have the Browns making the second wild card, and I have the Patriots as the third wild card. That's why I have, because I know Cleveland's gonna go on a little down roller coaster, but I think they're gonna stay alive enough to get at least a second wild card.
And you also have the Rams dropping off the first wild card spot in the NFC.
Look at their schedule. They have to face the Cardinals twice. That's not a
look at your schedule.
Your schedule's way harder than ours. You gotta face the Chargers, who Justin Herbert can beat any team. You gotta face me. We'll beat you. You gotta face the Dolphins.
You gotta face me. I will beat you.
There's no bias at all in this podcast.
Yeah, you're right.
Yo, you know what's crazy though? Like literally, go back and look at all the Browns. Like I'm saying, the Browns are gonna drop out, and like it sounds nuts, but look at all their wins this year. These are the only teams they beat: the Bengals, the football team, the Cowboys. They beat the Colts. That's a good team. They beat the Bengals again. They beat the Texans. They beat the Eagles. They beat the Jags. now you're playing good teams. That's what I'm saying. And now you got the Titans, Ravens, Giants are fighting for playoffs at least, and then Jets and Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, if we're using schedules, if you look at the Steelers, the only good teams they really beat was the Titans.
Why do I?
Right, but the Steelers are locked in, is what I'm saying. It's not like the Steelers got a chance to lose. That's what I'm saying.
Why do I feel like the Steelers aren't undefeated? Does anybody else feel that way? It feels like the Steelers just aren't that good.
11-0.
I don't know why.
But like I said, like
they
play bad and they still win games.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
11-0.
I don't know, man. I don't know. This is crazy. This playoff season is gonna be crazy. We can have some heaters on the podcast.
Neil, let me ask you something before we close out
here.
What you know about an 8-game winning streak?
Rams went 8-0 2 years ago.
2 years ago. We're talking about right now, the present. What's your winning streak? L1. L1 in the college.
Because the same thing is going to happen to you. The same thing is going to happen to you.
Oh, that's
people,
crazy.
You Saints fans, that happens every single year. You're going to get in the playoffs and you're going to lose in a heartbreaking
what
defeat.
other Saints fan do you know?
It doesn't matter.
Counting you.
I
don't know any.
He said I hate y'all. He said I hate y'all.
I know Lawrence. I know Candidas.
You know what? I gotta tell you, we gotta go to New Orleans when the world open back up, and I'm gonna make sure you wear a Rams jersey.
And not only am I gonna wear a Rams jersey, but I'm gonna wear a Nickel Roby Coleman jersey too.
There's some of the nicest fans though down there. Like, you know, and I wasn't wearing like any Saints stuff. I was just talking, and they brought up the Saints, and they were like cool about it. They weren't crying.
They knew you were a Saints fan.
No.
Listen, I'll tell you what. I hope the Saints make the playoffs because I really feel like I'm being dead serious right now. Like,
how are they not going to make the playoffs?
No, I don't mean that. I mean, I hope they go far in the playoffs. All joking aside, Lawrence, my boy, I hope they go far, like NFC Championship, and I hope they just fucking lose in overtime on a fucking last second field goal that like starts out left and then comes right back.
Do you know what I hope happens?
Oh, I hope that happens.
Do you know what I hope happens?
No, before you say this, I want to just say something like, I'm so tired. Like, I don't even do anything. Like,
you're not innocent. See,
here's the thing. Lawrence talks so much garbage about everyone's team, but then it's, I'm a week-to-week fan. So you can't talk about me because I'm only a week-to-week fan.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm talking about what your team did that week.
I'm just calling out what you guys did. I'm not talking trash. I'm just saying y'all suck. I'm not talking bad about your team.
Hey, man, that's me. I'm passive-aggressive.
But you know what I want to happen? Like really bad. I want the NFC East team to have to match up with the Saints
and I want them to beat them.
And under 500, I want them to beat them. Just like when the Seahawks were under 500 and Marshawn Lynch said, on you guys.
Oh, that would be the sweetest thing ever.
Wow.
Sweetest thing.
Listen, my thing is, all right, so I talk shit because
out of all the shit that you talk about the NFC East teams, if they came into New Orleans,
everybody says they suck.
If it's the Eagles, my God, the podcast is gonna blow.
Why would the Eagles beat us? The last 3 times we played in the playoffs, lost every single time.
I know. I'm saying
this is just what
that is over. 3
just
what
does Lawrence always say?
3-0.
We gotta live in the right now.
We gotta live in the right now. We gotta live in the right now, Lawrence.
History.
Oh,
No. Time out. It's the playoffs. It's not regular season. We're talking about the playoffs.
What does that mean?
What is that?
It means everything.
So then history says the Saints are going to lose in a heartbreaking defeat again.
You're right.
No,
that's
what do you mean?
You brought up the Eagles.
It doesn't matter what team.
Historically, yes, the Saints lose in a heartbreak again. If that happens, if it keeps going, the last 3 years, like what are we talking about? 2019, 2018, 2017, heartbreak every single time.
Hypocrisy.
It's not hypocrisy. I just agreed with you.
You're emotional.
Like
take the emotion out of it.
Oh, you look now. You using my.
Sound like Neil. You sound like Neil.
Right. Because it's just like, bro, the constant bashing. Anybody just watch the Saints. They're just so good.
Listen,
they
man.
just keep winning, and it just gets under your skin. That's all.
Let me just say this, Lawrence.
I expect this from Kenny.
No.
I gotta hate you. I was born into hate.
Let me just say this. I just want to give a quick shout out to the Tottenham Hotspurs. All right, they're first place of the BPL right now. They're way overperforming. Thoughts on this season? We just got to hold off Liverpool. Get that first. We'll get our. Oh, that would be a sweet BPL trophy that we'll hold. I'll get a couple more jerseys. I'll tell my cousin Rich, who's a Chelsea fan, to suck it. They're in third. We got to hold them off a little bit. Shout out Tottenham Hotspur, baby.
How many sponsors you got this week? Just wondering. We got a lot of shout outs this week.
You're right. You feel me?
Shout out.
Yeah, sponsors.
But yeah, like
son, one of the best players in the league.
This guy. All right, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning into this episode. Like I said, constant support has been amazing. We're gonna keep getting content to you guys. You can follow us on Facebook at IBTE Podcast, Instagram at IBTE Network. Twitter is the same handle. Go like, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. So that's what we really on right now. We're just looking to keep growing. And basketball is coming soon because basketball season's starting.
21 days.
21.
And we got to get Phil a mic and a headset for the basketball season.
And we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Boom. All right.